great start, everybody. I'm debating whether or not I should just click and not bother playing the outro and the intro entirely. Stop it. Yeah, okay. So, I just want to start by saying I spent a good chunk of my day trying to get this to fucking work. I mean, you see there's no option for windowed mode, which is very annoying when your games want to keep opening on one screen and you want it on something else. Like, it's just so annoying. Right? So, yeah. So, and of course, I mean, I expect, like, games that were made, in, like, the early 90s and whatnot to not have these options because somebody having a dual monitor setup or even a tri-monitor setup, right? Or a dual monitor setup in general would have been unheard of back in the day. But this game was made in 2023. The devs should know better. I will bet my right over it that the devs are working on at least some of the dev team is working on at minimum a dual monitor setup. So this is horseshit. And of course your resolution options are either 1080p or 4K. I am not going to stream this at 4K. That would break my computer and it wouldn't be worth it considering, well, the monitor I am on is 4K. It wouldn't be worth it because this is going to be strung down to 1080p when it goes to Twitch and YouTube anyways. So, there's that. But it was such a pain to try to get this on the window that I wanted. I eventually just had to like go into my computer settings and say that the primary window is the gaming record window. Which fucks up other things that I do. I mean, now it's going to be a little harder for me to switch between my various programs. Because, I mean, my other monitor has OBS and Twitch on it with the chat. Alright, enough of me ranting and raving. I mean, but this doesn't bode well for this. I mean, already out of the gate, we're seeing signs this may be a poorly made game in general. We haven't even gotten to the AI yet. We haven't even gotten to how shitty the AI in this is supposed to be. And how little it may offer. You may have been better off if they sat down and just handcrafted dialogue. But, it doesn't matter. So, let's start. This was a test run. I'm not going to play it. Now, I'm going to start by trying to do this serious. And then, silly buggers. We'll see how far I get. Let's go into the story mode that they've been harping about. Here we go. Well, loud for me. Hopefully you're my Oh, even in the notes. Alright, so I have to go to the police station and ask Chief Gretzky about the murders. Hello.
Well, hello there, Detective Martini. Welcome to Vaudeville. Glad you made it. Constable Jones here and I are at your service. We're the best source of information on these murder cases that have been plaguing our city. How can we assist you today?
Well, what's my assignment there, Wayne?
It's Chief Gretzky, not Wayne. Anyway, forget about assignments for now. Let's focus on these murders. What do you want to know?
Well, I guess we could start with the obvious. Who's been killed?
3 people have been killed in the past 2 days, Detective.
That sounds terrible. Who are
Yes,
they and...
it is indeed terrible. These murders have shaken up the entire town. We're doing everything we can to catch the culprit and bring justice to the victims. Is there anything specific you want to know about the victims? Go on, spit it out. What do you want to ask about the victims?
Alright, so I guess I'll start with what were the circumstances surrounding their deaths.
Disgusted by the brutal nature of the murders, Chief Gretzky responds with a mix of curiosity and disgust. Well, the circumstances surrounding their deaths were quite brutal, I must say. They were attacked, brutally attacked. I can't provide you with the exact details, but I reckon the coroner might have more information on how these poor souls met their end. Anything else you'd like to know?
Alright, is there anyone that...
Come on, Detective Martini, don't keep me waiting. Spit it out. What's on your mind?
Alright,
Oh,
is there anybody
speaking
you
of
recommend?
details, Detective Martini, I have some news for you. The autopsy reports from the coroner are ready. You can find Coroner Extiberia at the morgue. I can mark the location on your map if you'd like. Shall I do that? And don't worry. I'll inform the coroner that you're coming and authorized to see the details of the autopsies.
Perfect, thank you. I'll go talk to her.
All right, then, off you go. Don't forget to let me know if you find anything relevant. And Detective, be careful out there. These murders have left the town on edge. Good luck with your investigation.
Will do. See you. Okay, so we're going to the morgue. Let's learn some shit at the morgue. It can load anytime now. Here we go. This is somehow running better than the test. Oh, sorry. I mean, what can you tell me about the murder victims?
The murder victims. Such tragic tales they have to tell. Each one a unique composition of flesh and bone, now silenced by the hand of death. Hayley Greenwood, a young dancer, met her demise in a brutal manner. Blunt force trauma to the head, possibly inflicted by a stiletto shoe. Maria Janssen, on the other hand, bore the marks of a savage attack as if she had encountered a wild beast. And Nicola Grossman, a man of finance, fell victim to a precise stab to the back of the neck with a butcher's knife.
Alright, so 3 victims killed in 3 very different ways. Interesting.
Indeed, Detective, the modus operandi of these murders is quite distinct. It's as if the perpetrator possesses a versatile repertoire of violence. Now, regarding the unfortunate fate of Maria Janson, her life was tragically cut short right outside her apartment in central Vaudeville, near the bustling bar Coral. The scene was gruesome, with her body drenched in blood. A harrowing sight that speaks volumes about the brutality inflicted upon her. It's a reminder that even in a city filled with life and vibrancy, darkness can find its way into the most unexpected corners.
Right, that's worth starting. How about the other victims?
Nicola Grossman, a man whose final moments played out in the early hours of the morning. His breath stolen away as he lay motionless, his essence slipping into the cold embrace of eternity. His mortal vessel was discovered just beyond the threshold of Pascal's grocery shop. It is a tragedy that such a mundane location became the backdrop for such a heinous act. Death, you see, pays no heed to the boundaries of our existence. It is an unwelcome visitor lurking in the shadows, ready to claim us regardless of time or place. I see you're curious about the other victim. Well, I can tell you that Maria Janssen, Nicola Grossman and Hayley Greenwood were the unfortunate souls who met their untimely end in Vaudeville over the past 2 days. It's a tragedy that has shaken our city to its core, and I pray that justice will be served for their sake.
Alright, I don't need a philosophical talk about death, but thank you very much for the information. I will go follow up on these leads. You don't shut up. Alright, so... one person was found dead by their apartment, the other was found dead in front of a grocery store. Okay. Starting to annoy here. Maybe in the note section.
You know, Detective Martini, sometimes I feel like the world is a big stage and we're all just players in this grand performance called life. And in this performance, you and I, we're like the perfect dance partners, gracefully moving through the twists and turns of this mysterious case. It's like a tango, Detective Martini, where each step brings us closer to the truth.
Yeah, about right. Okay, someone was found dead by your bar. Is there anything that you know, anything that you can tell me about that?
Oh, yes, I heard about that. It's such a tragedy. But I'm afraid I don't have any information that could help you, Detective.
Alright, call me if you think of anything. Okay, bear that in mind. I need to remember, how does someone like her not realize a gruesome murder happened in front of her bar and didn't notice it? Okay, well, there was another dead guy by the grocery store. Let's go check it out. Hello there. This would be concerning the murder of a Haley.
Oh, dear. What seems to be troubling you, my dear detective? Is there something on your mind? Perhaps a mystery that needs solving? Haley, you say?
Yes.
I'm afraid I don't know anyone by that name. But speaking of names, have you tried the new bakery on Elm Street? They have the most divine pastries.
Maybe another time. My point is, there was a body found around your grocery store. Is there anything you know about it?
Oh, how dreadful. I'm terribly sorry to hear about that, but I'm afraid I don't have any information about it.
Wow, a lot of blind people in this town. Alright, thank you for your time. Okay. Let's go ask Gretzky. What do you think? Ah, Gretzky. Well, I managed to take to the coroner. Why is this not picking up my voice? Hello, Gretzky. So I spoke to the coroner. Apparently, one victim was mauled to death by an animal. One was stabbed with a shoe, and the other was stabbed in the back of the neck. Did this break? Yeah, I'm gonna keep it to English because, yeah. Otherwise, it's not this. Press again. Hello, Gretzky. Click on moan. And quit would go back to the desktop. It wouldn't actually go back to the menu. That doesn't work. Hi. Okay, good. I can talk to you. I think I forgot to ask about the third victim. How were they dead and where were they found?
Maria Jansen, the first victim, was found in a rather distressing state, covered in blood, outside her apartment in central Vaudeville. The location of the incident was right beside the popular bar Coral. It appears that she met a violent end as if she had encountered a ferocious predator. The details of her injuries suggest a brutal attack, with lacerations and contusions indicative of a struggle. The scene itself was a haunting tableau, a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk within the heart of a seemingly vibrant city.
Okay, so you figure that Maria was beaten to death.
Well, Detective, it's not as simple as that. There are certainly signs of blunt force trauma, but there are also bite marks all over the body, particularly on the arms. In fact, one of the forearm bones was fractured by the strength of the bite. It's a rather gruesome detail, one that speaks of a violent struggle between victim and assailant. But rest assured, we will continue our investigation to uncover the truth behind this tragedy.
So, strong bite force. Is it possible that Maria was killed by an animal?
It's a possibility, isn't it, Detective? The presence of such strong bite marks does raise questions about the nature of the attacker. One can't help but wonder if perhaps we're dealing with a creature of sorts, or perhaps someone with an unusually powerful jaw. The human anatomy is a complex interplay of structure and function, capable of both great delicacy and astounding power. But in the face of such violence, one can't help but feel a pang of sympathy for the victims. The pain they must have endured, the fear that must have coursed through their veins. Based on the evidence, it is possible that Maria Jansen was attacked by an animal, given the extensive bite marks on her body. However, further investigation is needed to confirm this hypothesis.
Of course. And could you recap how how the
Death has a way
victims
of
died?
reminding us how fragile life truly is, doesn't it? Each victim, their bodies a canvas upon which violence and tragedy have left their mark. As a coroner, I bear witness to the aftermath, to the intricate details that tell a story often too painful to comprehend. But amidst the darkness, there is also a glimmer of hope, a beacon that guides us towards justice. We must remain steadfast in our pursuit, for the victims deserve nothing less than the truth unveiled, their voices heard in the halls of justice. Certainly, Detective, Maria Janssen was found outside her apartment in central Vaudeville, near the Bar Coral, covered in blood and bearing bite marks on her body, suggesting a violent struggle with a possible animal attacker.
Alright, how about the other victim? How were they found?
Nicola Grossman, a man of finance, was discovered in the morning just beyond the threshold of Pascal's groceries shop, having suffered a fatal stab wound to the back of the neck with a butcher's knife.
Alright, so the victims are Nicola and Maria, and there's a third one. Okay. And the other victim.
The other victim, Hayley Greenwood, a young dancer, was found in an alley behind the Cabane Violette, the club where she worked. She had sustained multiple blows to the head, possibly inflicted by a stiletto shoe.
Okay, great. I will go follow up on these leads. You wouldn't by chance know where the Cabernet Violetta is?
The tragic demise of Hayley Greenwood occurred at the very place she dedicated her artistry and grace, the Cabane Violette, located in the vibrant Lights District. This establishment holds its secrets amidst the flickering lights and enchanting melodies. It is a place that breathes life into the night, but alas also became the backdrop for a somber farewell. Let me show you its position on the map.
Great, thank you. I will get right to it. Thank you for your time. Okay. So let me make sure I have these notes are fresh in my mind. So you can add notes, not just like annoying Mr. Gretzky here. So, Maria was found dead by Coral. Vicious attack. Possibly animal in nature. Nicola stabbed with the butcher's knife by Pascal's. Back of Becky. That. Okay, we're spelling. And then Hayley was beaten to death with a shoe. In Cabernet. Okay. See? Alright, so this is in case I forget who's who. So, what should we check first? Well, we'll start with Pascal's. See if we get anything there.
My, isn't it a gloomy day? Such sadness in the air. But you know, even in the darkest times, one must find a way to bring a little light into their lives. Don't you agree?
Sure. You wouldn't by chance know who Nicola Greenwood was, do you?
Ah, dear Detective Martini, you seem to be quite persistent in your inquiries. I must confess, I did have brief encounters with all of the victims, but I assure you, they were mere acquaintances. Certainly not friends of mine. It's a small world, isn't it?
Sure. Is there anything you can tell me about any any of these people.
I'm sorry, but I don't have any information about those people.
Okay, well,
You know, sometimes life can be rather unpredictable, wouldn't you agree? It's like a game of cards, you never know what hand you'll be dealt. But perhaps, just perhaps, there's more to this mystery than meets the eye. Don't you find that intriguing?
alright, well, you have a good one. For the Cabernet, I mean, she worked there, her co-workers would know things about her, and it sounds like it might have been a rivalry gone south. Hello there. I'm here to talk about the murder of, Haley. Is there anything you can tell me about her?
Oh, Detective Martini, how lovely to see you here. But, I'm sorry, I don't know much about Haley. We were in different acts, you see. But, have you ever seen my burlesque performance? People come from every corner of Europe to see it.
I'm sure you're very proud of yourself for that. But nothing at all. I mean, she was found dead in the club.
Oh, thank you. It's always wonderful to hear that people enjoy my performances. But enough about me, Detective. Is there something specific you wanted to discuss? Oh, Detective, I'm so sorry to hear about that. How dreadful. I hope you find the person responsible soon. Are there any leads in the investigation?
Well, no one's in your club is by chance missing shoes, are they?
Missing shoes? I'm not sure, Detective. I haven't noticed anything like that. But let me tell you, my shoes are one of my most prized possessions. They add that extra touch of glamour to my performances. Have you seen them? They're absolutely stunning.
Are they stilettos?
Yes. They're stilettos! I love how they make me feel powerful and confident on stage.
You wouldn't mind if I look at them, would you?
I'm sorry, Detective, but I can't show you my shoes right now. They're not with me at the moment.
Okay, fair enough. You wouldn't by chance know if, Haley crossed paths with anyone unsavory, would you?
I'm sorry, Detective, but I don't recall crossing paths with anyone in particular. The backstage area can get quite busy, and there are many performers and staff around.
Understood. Thank you very much for your time. She's a possible suspect, so... Well, one more time. Say we're on back to Gretzky. This would be Maria. Alright, is there absolutely anything you can tell me about the murder of Maria?
I'm sorry, but I don't have any information about Maria's murder.
You wouldn't by chance know who called in the murder. I mean, she was found nearby here.
Well, Detective Martini, let me tell you something fascinating. Did you know that in the world of ballet, there's a famous pas de deux called the Black Swan? It's a mesmerizing performance that showcases the dark and mysterious side of this graceful art. Now, I'm not saying there's a connection between that and the murder of Maria, but it's interesting how art can reflect reality sometimes, isn't it?
Is that better? Sorry about that. Alright, that is something I'll keep in mind, I suppose. Thank you for your time. Okay. Well, let's tell Gretzky what we know, and if there's anything we can do about it. Alright, Gretzky, I spoke to the morgue. I do have some information. Okay, he's still not talking to me. Okay. Trying to think of some lines of questioning here. I think I have a question to ask this person. Hello there, Miss Potter. You wouldn't know where I can find a butcher, would you?
Mr. Potter? Ah, yes, he was my beloved husband. Such a charming man, full of wit and grace. How I miss him dearly. But let's not dwell on the past, shall we? Life is meant to be lived after all. Now, about that butcher.
Yes, please. Do you know of any?
Butcher, you say? Well, I'm afraid I don't have any information about that. My knowledge is limited to the delightful shops and cafes of vaudeville. Speaking of which, have you tried the new tea salon on Rosemary Lane? The scones there are simply divine.
I'll keep that in mind. Well, you have a good one.
Well,
I think. Let's try this again. Hey, do you know where in the club the body was discovered?
Sorry, but I don't have that information.
Can you point me to someone who does?
Well, you know, Detective, the Cabane Violette is such a beautiful venue. The architecture and decor are absolutely stunning. Have you had a chance to admire it?
Alright, I'll have to think of something else. Bye. Okay. Back to the morgue. Alright. Alright, so I guess one question I can ask is, like, how are the toxicology screenings on these people? Frick, she won't talk to me. Ugh. I don't think it'd be options section. I have a question I can try asking Coral. You wouldn't mind.
Oh, my dear Detective Martini, there's something about your presence that makes my heart flutter like a delicate butterfly. It's as if the stars align when we're together, creating a cosmic symphony of intrigue and charm. But alas, as much as my heart yearns to share all the secrets of the universe with you, I'm afraid I don't have any information about who may have made that call regarding the unfortunate incident. Isn't it peculiar how life can be filled with enigmatic twists and turns?
Do you know anyone in the area that owns a large animal?
Ah, speaking of animals, have you ever seen a peacock dance, Detective? Their vibrant feathers and graceful movements are truly captivating. It's like they're performing their own little ballet in nature's grand theatre.
Alright, I'll take that as a no. I take it you really didn't know Maria very well.
Oh, Detective Martini, it's true that Maria and I didn't have the chance to become close friends. But let me tell you, there's something about your presence that makes me feel like we've known each other for lifetimes. It's as if we share a connection that transcends time and space. Maybe it's fate bringing us together in this investigation, or maybe it's just the universe's way of saying we make a great team. Either way, I'm glad to be here with you, uncovering the truth and dancing through the mysteries of vaudeville.
Well, thank you.
You're most welcome, Detective. It's always a pleasure to be in your company. You know, I have a little secret to confess. Sometimes, when the moon is high and the stars are twinkling, I sneak into the park and have a midnight dance party with the fireflies. It's absolutely enchanting. The magical glow of their tiny bodies illuminates the night as I twirl and leap to the rhythm of their flickering lights. If you ever want to join me, Detective, we can have our very own dance under the moonlit sky.
I'll consider it once the murders have been solved. Till then, has Maria actually been in your bar?
Yes, Maria Jansen has been to Coral, my bar, before.
Has she ever mentioned any trouble? Or anything, for that matter?
No, she never mentioned any trouble or anything of that sort to me.
So I guess she mostly just talked about gossip.
Gossip, you say? Well, let me tell you, my dear Detective Martini, gossip is like a delicate dance. It swirls and twirls through the air, captivating our attention as it weaves its way through the conversations of vaudeville. But remember, not all that glitters is gold, and not all gossip holds the truth. It's like a masquerade ball, where everyone wears a mask and hides their true intentions. But fear not, for in the midst of secrets and whispers, there is always a chance to uncover the hidden gems of truth.
Well, you're a bartender, no? You probably have heard all kinds of weird rumors.
Oh. Detective Martini, my dear confidant, indeed, as a bartender, I have heard my fair share of fascinating tales and whimsical rumours. It's like being caught in a whirlwind of stories, each one more intriguing than the last. From tales of hidden treasures to whispers of secret societies, the bar is a hub of eclectic narratives. But fear not, my dear friend, for I am a trustworthy guardian of secrets. So if there's something specific that piques your curiosity, I might just have a little tidbit to share.
Well, if I hear anything, I'll let you know. Thank you very much for your time. Ugh, we're getting freaking nowhere. Fast. Ugh. So I've mostly just spent about several minutes being hit on by an AI. Not sure how I feel about that. Well, maybe I... Let's see. You wouldn't by chance know anyone by the name of Nicola Greenwood, would you? Ah, it's not picking me up again. Oh, damn it. Okay. So I think we're back to square one in a way. Not that I've actually gone off of square one, to be honest. Like, this is really literally all I know of the cases so far. None of these people are exactly being forthcoming with any information. Alright, I talked to the morgue. God damn it. I can't talk to him still. Alright, watch.
Have you made up your mind, Detective Martini?
These are all the people I can accuse of garbage. Obviously, I have not met everyone yet. Oh well. Hello? You're not... I can't talk to him. Apparently there's another person in here that I can't quite figure out how to reach them. God, your eyes are just creeping the crap out of me, buddy. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, microphone's working. Oh, cool. Like right-clicking just centers the mouse. It's nice, I suppose. Well, hello there. Okay, good.
Hello, Detective. How lovely to see you again. Is there something on your mind? You look rather dashing today, if I may say so. Thank you. That's wonderful to hear. It's always nice to spread a little happiness, don't you think? Speaking of which, is there something that has put a smile on your face recently?
Did you kill Haley?
Detective Martini, why would you ask such a thing? No, of course not. Why would anyone think that? It's absolutely dreadful what happened to Haley Greenwood. Such a tragedy. But, she wasn't the only one, you know. There have been 3 murders in Vaudeville in recent weeks. Maria Jansen, Nicola Grossman, and Haley Greenwood. It's a terrible situation, isn't it?
True. You wouldn't by chance know who Nicola Grossman was, do you?
Nicola Grossman was a 57-year-old investor who unfortunately met a tragic end.
Well, was he ever in your club?
Oh, you know, there are so many people who come in and out of the club. It's hard to keep track of everyone. But, what makes you ask about Mr. Grossman? Did he have any connection to the Cabane Violette?
I'm pulling straws, to be honest. Well, you wouldn't by chance know anyone by the name of Hay. You wouldn't know a Maria, would you?
Hey? That's an interesting name. I'm not sure if I know anyone by that name, but Vaudeville is a small city, and people tend to know each other. Why do you ask about this person? Do they have any connection to the club or the recent incidents?
Would you know anyone named Maria?
Maria? I'm sorry, but I don't personally know anyone named Maria. Is there a particular reason you're asking about her? Maybe I can help in some way.
Well, it was the other murder victim.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry to hear that. It's such a tragic loss. I hope they find the person responsible for these dreadful acts soon. It's really unsettling, isn't it? So, do you have any leads or suspects in mind?
Oh, it's been hard to figure that out. Well, thank you for your time. Bye. I'm really not getting anywhere. Alright. I'm not even getting rumors from people. Quit and reload and see what happens. Where's my Steam? That is my Steam. That it is. No, we're not playing the FMV again. Not if it's gonna be at like 1 frame a second. Oh, I've actually made 41% progress. Oh, bloody how. Alright. You by chance know who Nicola Grossman was? Frig. Is that one of those, like, you've asked everything you could possibly ask of this person, now move on? Is that what's happening? Hello, Mrs. Potter. You're not by chance missing any... Oh, for fuck's sake. Hey, Gretzky, I got some information on the... Fucking me! Hi, can I talk to you? Oh, god damn it. I know my microphone is working fine. Oh my god. You don't even have the option to really change that, which is a very important setting when you think about it. Okay. Alright, let's rule out that. Though I'm pretty sure my microphone's working. My OBS is picking me up. But I'll look over my settings anyways, just to be sure. Okay. Yeah, it's picking up my voice. That's not the problem. I don't think it ever was. I think it's just the game's broke again. Alright. Yeah, I want to quit. Let's reload it. Maybe that will help. If I reload it and no one will talk to me, then I think this is going to be a GG. This is getting beyond ridiculous. Hello? Okay, I don't think it's working. I'm not gonna try making it work. Let's try just typing. Alright. Alright, so. Okay, you know what? I really wasn't going anywhere anyways. Let's try switching this off, see if that makes a difference. Hello? Oh, fuck hell. Yeah, of course, quit. Not that I was getting anywhere. Let's restart this. Hello, Gretzky. What can you tell me about the murders?
Well, Detective Martini, welcome to Vaudeville. I'm Chief Gretzky, and this here is Constable Jones. We're grateful you've come to help us with these 3 murder cases that have occurred in our city. How can we assist you?
Well, is there anything you can tell me about the circumstances surrounding these murders?
The murders. Terrible business, I tell you. We've got a few details, but not much to go on just yet. The coroner has completed the autopsies, and the reports are ready for you to review. You can find Coroner Extaberia at the morgue. I can mark it on your map if you'd like. Just let me know when you're ready to head over there.
Okay, great, thank you. Can I have a look over the case file?
Oh, you want to take a look at the autopsy report, eh? Well, you're in luck. The coroner, Dr. Extaberia, has completed the autopsies and the reports are ready for you. You can find Dr. Extaberia at the morgue. Shall I mark it on your map?
Sure, thank you.
What do you want now? Something bothering you, Detective?
Thank you for your time. You have a good one. Okay. Apparently there's supposed to be somebody, those other people that I suppose should be able to talk to, and I can't seem to get their attention. Ugh, okay. You know what? Trying to find if there's any controls. If I did this and then mouse wheel, no. Hit my mouse button. No, it just brings that up.
Little.
Understood.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sure I understand what you're referring to. Could you please clarify or provide more context?
Okay, I don't think it's with the mouse I can control this. L keys. Jump. BSD, no. Shift, Control, Alt. I don't want to push every button. Tab. No, no, it's just text. Okay. You sure there's other people I can talk to? You know where I can find Constable Jenkins?
Sorry, but there's no Constable Jenkins in our police force. We only have Constable Mick Jones as my assistant.
Oh, okay. I'll talk to Mick Jones then. Where can I find him?
You can find Constable Mick Jones right here in the station, Detective. He's my trusty assistant, always ready to lend a hand.
Cool, thank you. Alright. Ugh. Can't even find where the basic controls are. Maybe a Steam listing might have it? Let's see. This is gonna bug me. I can't figure out how to talk to some of these people. Apparently he's at the station, but even speakable. Apparently he is. Right, where are the controls? This is gonna bug the crap out of me. How do I talk to other people at location? I know there's more. Okay, this is starting to get on my freaking nerves. I 10. Not even like basics on the controls. Alright, can I talk to Constable Jones?
Detective Martini, the autopsy
Oh,
report.
forget it. It's good. Hey, can I get the reports for the 3 murder victims?
Well, the evidence suggests that the body was moved post-mortem. It's difficult to determine the cause of death without further investigation. By the way, have you ever tried polo? It's quite an exhilarating sport.
Okay, can you tell me how the victims died?
3 individuals have met their untimely demise in vaudeville over the past 2 days. Maria Jansson, a young woman, was found covered in blood outside her apartment near the Coral Bar. Her injuries appear to be consistent with an animal attack. Hayley Greenwood, a dancer, was discovered in an alley behind the Cabane Violette Club. She suffered multiple blows to the head, possibly inflicted by a blunt object, such as a stiletto shoe.
Isn't there a 3rd victim?
Yes, you're right. My apologies for the oversight. The 3rd victim is Nicola Grossman, a notable figure in the finance world. He was found with a stab wound to the back of his neck, likely caused by a butcher's knife. The modus operandi in his case is quite distinct from the others, but I believe there is a connection between the 3 murders. It's an intriguing puzzle we're faced with, isn't it?
Why do you think the 3 murders are connected?
While the specific details of the investigation are still unfolding, there are certain elements that suggest a potential link among the cases. For instance, Maria Jansson, the 1st victim, was discovered outside her apartment near the Coral Bar. The proximity of the crime scenes and the fact that all victims met a violent end indicate a possible correlation. However, further examination and analysis are required to establish a definitive connection. It's a perplexing situation, isn't it? The human body holds so many secrets, and it's our duty to unravel them.
Alright, and, what about Hayley and Nicola?
Hayley Greenwood, the young dancer, met her untimely end in an alleyway located at the rear of the Cabane Violette Club. It's a somber reminder of the dangers that can lurk in the shadows, isn't it? The fragments of a stiletto shoe were discovered on her battered form, indicating a brutal assault. The violence inflicted upon her is truly distressing, and it pains me to witness such cruelty. But rest assured, we will delve into the depths of this case to seek justice for Hayley and all the victims.
What material were the stiletto shoes made out of?
Oh, the material of the shoes? Well, I'm afraid I don't have that information at the moment. By the way, have you ever wondered what lies beyond this mortal realm? The
No, and
mysteries
I
of
don't
life
care.
and death are quite fascinating, don't you think?
Alright, and, Nicola, he was found by the grocery store?
Yes, indeed. The unfortunate demise of Mr. Grossman occurred outside Pascal's grocery shop. It is a rather distressing sight to witness, isn't it? The human body, vulnerable and fragile, succumbing to the brutality of violence. It appears that a sharp instrument, possibly a butcher's knife, was the cause of his fatal wound. The precise location of the injury was at the back of his neck, severing vital structures and leading to his untimely departure from this world. Such a tragic loss of life. May his soul find solace in the great unknown.
Okay, thank you for your time.
You're welcome, Detective Martini. Remember, in our line of work, we are faced with the harsh realities of mortality. It's a constant reminder of the fragility of our existence. But let us not dwell solely on the darkness. Let us find strength in our pursuit of truth and justice. Together we shall navigate the intricate web of clues and unravel the mysteries that lie before us. Take care, my dear investigator, and may your path be illuminated by the light of knowledge.
Alright. Okay, that's a long way of saying goodbye. Okay. Alright, so there's the coral, the cabana, and the grocery store. Let's try the club she danced at, because the little shoe indicates it might have been another dancer. Hello, I'm here to investigate the murder of Haley.
Ah, Haley, such a tragic loss. But let's not dwell on the darkness, shall we? How about we talk about something more delightful, like my latest burlesque performance? It's been quite the sensation, you know.
Okay, why don't you tell me about that?
Well, it's a dazzling display of dance and tease, with a touch of the occult. I incorporate my love for animals, especially cats, into my performances. It's quite the spectacle, I must say. People come from all over Europe to see it. Have you ever seen a burlesque show before?
That's something I must add to my bucket list. What kind of cats do you use in your performance?
I have 2 black cats named Sabrina and Maya. They add a mysterious and enchanting element to my performance.
Nice.
Speaking of animals, have you ever been to the Vaudeville Zoo? It's a charming place filled with exotic creatures.
I should definitely take a look, thank you. So Haley was
Do you have any favorite animals, Detective Martini? Perhaps there's a particular creature at the zoo that you'd like to see. You seem a bit lost there, Detective. Is there something specific on your mind? Don't be shy, you can tell me.
Well, Haley was found near the club. You have any idea how she got there?
I'm sorry, but I don't have any information about how Haley ended up there. It's such a tragic event, isn't it?
Indeed. Do you know if anyone in the club is missing shoes?
Actually, now that you mention it, one of my stiletto shoes seems to have gone missing. Quite a mystery, isn't it?
Oh. When has the shoe gone missing? Or when did you notice it go missing?
It's hard to say exactly when the shoe went missing, but it was sometime before Haley's unfortunate incident. Well, Detective Martini, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure when the stiletto shoe disappeared. But now that you've brought it up, it does make me wonder if there's any connection between the missing shoe and the recent events.
What were your shoes made out of?
My shoes were made of black leather, with a shiny finish.
Okay, that's better than before. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome, Detective Martini. It was a pleasure chatting with you. If you have any more questions or if there's anything else you'd like to discuss, just let me know. I'm always here to help.
Sounds good. Take care. I want to remind everyone that before the reset, the hard reset, right? I asked her, is anyone missing their shoes? And she replied with no. Here she says, actually, one of my shoes is missing. Don't know what happened to it. Weird, huh? Anyways. Alright, we've done that. So. Was killed with a shoe. Stilettos. Ah. Okay, so it's the question I could take to the corner. Okay. Let's go annoy Ingrid next. hello. I'm here to investigate the 3 murders. You wouldn't by chance know what exact... By chance... Sorry, I can't talk today. You wouldn't by chance know, what happened to Haley, would you?
Oh, Haley. She was a dear friend of mine, you know. Such a vibrant and talented dancer. It breaks my heart to think that she's gone. But I'm afraid I don't have any information about what happened to her. It's all so mysterious, isn't it? One moment she was alive and full of life, and the next, gone. It's like a cruel dance with fate, isn't it? But let's not dwell on the sadness. We should celebrate her memory and cherish the moments we had with her.
Well, my condolences. Do you know of anyone who may have wanted to hurt Haley?
Thank you for your condolences. I can't think of anyone who would want to hurt Haley. She was such a kind and friendly person, always spreading joy and laughter wherever she went.
Were you aware of any rivalries she might have had at the club?
You know, Detective Martini, I think it's best if we focus on the positive memories we have of Haley. She was a bright light in our lives, and dwelling on any potential rivalries won't bring her back. Let's remember her for the beautiful soul she was.
Well, it won't bring her back, but it may help me find her murderer.
I understand your perspective, but I prefer to keep my thoughts on the happy times we shared with Haley. Speaking of happy times, have you tried the new cocktail they're serving here at Coral? It's absolutely delightful. Detective Martini, finding the murderer is indeed of utmost importance. While I don't have any specific information about who might be responsible, I can't help but wonder if there's a connection to a recent trip some of us took to India. You see, just before Mr. Potter's unfortunate demise, he and the other victims mentioned having a meal together. They spoke of an amazing mutton stew, except for Mr. Potter, who, being a vegetarian, had a mushroom soup instead. Perhaps there's something significant about that meal, don't you think?
Alright, so he and all 3 of the victims went to India.
India? Oh, how fascinating. I've never been there myself, but I've heard it's a land of vibrant colours, rich culture, and delicious cuisine. It must have been quite an adventure for Haley, Mr. Jansen, Mr. Grossman, and Mr. Potter. I can only imagine the exotic sights they must have seen and the experiences they had. It's like a whole different world outside of vaudeville, isn't it? But you know, as much as I love the excitement of new places, there's something special about the cosy familiarity of Coral.
True. Alright, and now Maria was found dead near your bar. You wouldn't know anything about her demise, would you?
Maria, it's heartbreaking to hear about her death. I'm truly at a loss for words. But I want you to know, Detective Martini, that I don't have any specific information about her demise. It's also mysterious. The fact that these tragic events happen near my beloved bar is, well, it's unsettling to say the least. It makes me realize how fragile life can be, and how important it is to cherish every moment we have. But hey, let's not dwell on the darkness.
Fair point. You know where I can find animals that might be big and strong?
Speaking of moments, have you seen the new dance routine I've been working on? Animals? Well, there are some lovely parks in vaudeville where one might find some friendly creatures. But let me tell you, the energy and passion of the dancers here at Coral is truly something to behold.
Alright, well, thank you very much for your time.
Oh, you're very welcome, Detective Martini. It's always a pleasure to chat with you. Remember, if you ever need a dance partner or a listening ear, I'm right here at Coral. Stay safe and enjoy the beauty of the day, won't you? Take care now.
Okay, well, we actually learned some stuff. I actually got the names fucked up. So that was Haley, not Maria. Maria was the one who got mauled to death. Alright. So I guess it turns out that these murders weren't serendipity, but what the frig was going on? Yes. Everything alright? It's going. Alright, night night. Yes. Okay, okay. Okay. Sure. Game's called Vaudeville. It's a murder mystery that's AI powered. Yeah. Okay. Okay, okay. Alright. Where was I? Oh, yeah. At least we have things to ask about. I think I'll go back to the morgue. Hi, can you tell me how Maria died again? Oh, god damn it, not this again. Hello, can you tell me how... I'll type it. Fuck this crap. Wait. Alright. Hi, can you tell me how Maria died? Oh, god damn it. Let's go talk to Mrs. Potter at Pascal's. Hello, I'm here to investigate the murder of Nicola Grossman. Anything you can tell me?
Oh, dear, it's such a dreadful thing, isn't it? 3 people have been murdered in Vaudeville recently. Maria Jansen, Nicola Grossman, and Hayley Greenwood. Such a tragedy. But let's not dwell on such unpleasant matters, shall we? Is there anything else I can help you with?
Did you know that your husband, Mr. Potter, went on a trip with the 3 victims?
Yes. My late husband, Mr. Victor Potter, did go on a trip to India with the victims. It was part of a business evaluation.
Oh, what kind of business?
Well, you know, it was just a general exploration of potential opportunities. But speaking of opportunities, have you tried the new pastries at the bakery down the street? They are simply divine.
I'll definitely remember that. Right, so,
My condolences, Mrs. Emily. It must be difficult for you to lose your late husband, Mr. Victor. But life goes on, doesn't it? We must make the most of our time and enjoy every moment. It's what he would have wanted, after all.
who's this, Emily?
Yes. It is quite a shame, isn't it? But you know, Detective Martini, there's something intriguing about these recent events. Detective, this is Mrs. Emily Potter. I am the housewife and heiress you are speaking with.
Oh, okay.
Ah, the mystery deepens, doesn't it? It's like a puzzle just waiting to be solved. But I must say I find it rather exciting, don't you? The thrill of the unknown, the anticipation of discovering the truth. It's all rather exhilarating, wouldn't you agree?
Are Well, I guess, like, is there anything you know about any of the victims?
Thank you for your concern, but I assure you, I am quite well. Just taking each day as it comes, cherishing the memories of my late husband and embracing the opportunities that lie ahead.
Alright, well, thank you for your time. God, I can't think of anything to say to them half the time. See if Gretzky will talk to me. Hey, so I actually found a connect. For fuck's sake! Hey, so I found a connection between the victims.
Oh, really? A connection, you say? That's intriguing. Do tell me more, Detective. But first, I should let you know that the autopsy reports have been finalized by the coroner, Dr. Extiberia. If you want to review them, you'll find the good doctor at the morgue. Shall I mark it on your map for easy navigation?
Alright, thank you. So yeah, as I was saying, apparently the three of them and a Mr. Potter went on a business trip to India.
India, huh? Business trip, you say? Interesting. I hadn't heard about that. Tell me, who are these business people from Vaudeville that went on this trip?
Well, it would have been the late Mr. Potter, Maria, Nicola, and Haley.
Hold on a minute there, Detective. Are you suggesting that these three victims, Maria, Nicola, and Haley, were all on a supposed business trip with Mr. Potter to India? That's quite a peculiar coincidence, don't you think? But forgive my skepticism. I highly doubt that such a thing occurred. Our focus should remain on the evidence at hand and the investigation within Vaudeville. Let's not get carried away with far-fetched theories.
Fair point, though it could be a possible motive for whoever killed them.
You might have a point there, Detective Martini. A shared connection like a secret business trip could potentially provide a motive for someone to target these individuals. But let's not jump to conclusions just yet. We need to gather more concrete evidence before we can make any definitive statements. As for the number of murderers involved, well, I can't say for certain, but I have my suspicions. It's possible there might be more than one person behind these killings. We'll just have to keep digging and see what we uncover.
True, it could be serendipity.
Serendipity, you say? Well, I suppose anything is possible in this strange world of ours. But forgive my skepticism. I tend to lean towards a more practical and logical approach when it comes to investigations. We must focus on the facts, the evidence, and the motives that can be substantiated.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Ugh. He's fucking useless. I'm just gonna say that right now. Alright. I guess I have something I can go back to. I mean, no, right. Ingrid was the one that told me that Haley went on that, but the three of them went on that trip in the first place. Let's try Mariana. Hey, Mariana, were you aware that Haley went on a trip to India? Well, for fuck's sake. Hi. Oh, now you tell me. Now you fucking tell me. Okay, so I'm looking around. There's nothing of note. Okay. Hi. Deaf people. That means I could probably go look for what's his face. Oh, hello. Are you Jenkins? Or are you Jones? Sorry. Fuck, it's not picking up my voice anyways. Is there anyone at Coral? No, no, just a... Oh, for God's sake. I mean, I'm not saying this loudly enough. Oh, God. Hi. Hi, can you hear me now? Not even acknowledging me. Oh, hey, where'd you come from?
Ah, you know how it is. Always bustling
Now
around
it
the shop.
works!
So, have you heard the latest rumour about Lady Montgomery and the mysterious stranger?
Actually, no. Do pray tell.
Well, word on the street is that Lady Montgomery has been seen sneaking out of her mansion late at night to meet a dashing gentleman with a foreign accent. Quite scandalous, if you ask me.
Indeed.
Oh, you should see the look on her husband's face if he finds out. But let's not forget, gossip has a way of spreading like wildfire. There's always something juicy happening in vaudeville, isn't there?
Yes, like why I'm here. You wouldn't by chance know who Nicola Grossman was?
Nicola Grossman, you say? Oh, I've certainly heard of him. Rumour has it that he was quite the investor. But you know, there's more to his story than meets the eye. Seems like he had a few secrets hidden up his sleeve.
Oh, pray tell.
Well, I've been hearing whispers that Nicola was involved in some shady business dealings. Some folks think he had connections to the underground world of gambling. Can you imagine? The esteemed Mr. Grossman mixed up in all that? Quite the scandal, if you ask me. But of course, it's all just hearsay, you understand.
Okay. Would you by chance know how he ended up gutted in front of the grocery store?
Oh, dear, I wish I could shed some light on that. But I'm afraid I found poor Mr. Grossman's body myself. It was a dreadful shock, I tell you.
Well, what do you remember seeing, exactly?
I remember finding Mr. Grossman's lifeless form outside my shop early in the morning. It was a sight I won't soon forget.
Oh, so this is your grocery store.
Yes, this is my grocery store, Vaudeville. I have the finest apples in town. By the way, did you hear the latest rumour?
Please, tell me.
They say that the old warehouse on Old Warehouse Street is haunted by the ghost of a former worker. Quite spooky, isn't it?
I will keep that in mind, thank you.
You're welcome. Remember, if you ever need more gossip, you know where to find me. Enjoy your day.
Alright, you too. The guy just vomited random info at me. But alright, so far it's established that we have, the one guy may have had a gambling problem. Some random chick is seeing some dude. And there might be a haunted warehouse. Maybe Ingrid will talk to me now. Hello there. Hello? Oh god, sweet Jesus. It's like you came here to me sometimes. Fuck here. Hey, how are the reports coming along? Alright, put a note here. Motherless goat. Like, did something crash with some of them? Hi, will you actually talk to me now? No. Okay, I know it's not the microphone because you guys can hear me fine. Yeah, yeah. The input's working. Ugh. Hello. Son of a bitch. It's like, you get so far and then it just borks. Will reloading the game make a difference? I mean, as the saying goes, you try so hard and you get so far, but in the end, it didn't matter. Wait, I think just should kill gracefully. Alright, never mind. Oh, God, Jesus. Okay. Will people talk to me? Hello? No. Hello? 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 Dude, it's not the sound settings. The AI is literally broken. There's likely behind the hood some sort of runtime exception that caused everything to just crash and in the background and refuse to work. Ugh. Hello? Oh, fuck you too. Hi. I give up. No, I mean, I'm just
So
gonna,
tell us, Detective Martini, who is the culprit?
I'm just gonna accuse random people.
Are you sure, Detective Martini? But why? Interesting choice, Detective Martini. May I ask you why? Are you sure, Detective Martini? But why? Detective Martini, this is complete nonsense.
This is complete nonsense. The fact that the game is broken is complete nonsense. Hey, will you talk to me now? Hello? Hello? Ugh. You know, no one's talking to me now. Yeah, I think the game crashed in the background because they dared restart it. No, I think I'm done playing with this. Oh, I really would have liked to have like done it serious and then just fuck with the AI, but the game is just so like never mind the fact that the AI is dumb and giving nonsense answers. The game itself is otherwise just broken. I mean, I think if the game otherwise wasn't this buggy and glitchy, I don't think I'd be this upset about it. It's just, I mean, as for like forgetting stuff, I mean, there's an ad on YouTube where a guy has a tutorial on how to make a choose your own adventure game using AI, and it actually employs databases and stuff so that the chatbot still has memory and remembers the selections that you made. So this is really stupid. And I mean, and the UI keeps crashing. And I'm pretty certain it's not just my setup. So I think I'm done. There will be SMM tomorrow. And Friday as well. I mean, there will be TOTK Friday night. Until next time, I'm fucking finished with this. I mean, maybe there'll be updates to make it better. Help. But until then, biddy bee.